Dom on the beat.
Y'all ready to talk to the queen? Check me out. You can call me queen. What? Everybody pay attention because you're talking to me. Y'all ready to talk to the queen? Say that again. Talk your shit, queen. I know you lying. Sheesh. Everybody pay attention because you're talking to me. You can call me queen. Talk your shit, queen.
That's Dom on the beat.
What's up, everybody? It is New Year's Eve, and we are ringing in the year 2023 with some laughs, some fun, some good conversation, of course, and a good night. Welcome to the Queen Talk Podcast. I am your host. Give it up for Dom. Woohoo! I'm so happy you guys came to join us tonight. Joining me from my crew is the one that you guys love. Give it up for Charlotte Mack, y'all. Ooh,
How y'all doing?
come through, Debonair. And I want to give a huge shout out to our newest crewmate. Give it up for the fabulous Lean, y'all. Oh, come through. Oh my God. She is definitely giving us some Marcus vibes. Hello, Marcus. You better come on through with the come through. Snap, snap.
Meg, what you got? Meg got something smart to say. What you got to say?
She giving us, I'm an honest fool, and all my
Man, y'all look amazing tonight. What's y'all plans for New Year's Eve after we get out of here, of course?
Of course.
Y'all doing pop fireworks, big parties?
watch the little fireworks.
Watch it, exactly.
Yeah.
Watching fireworks, that's it.
I don't know about y'all neighborhood, but they've been popping them since last week. I'm like, dang, can we get through Christmas first?
You know, we're in New Orleans, so we don't know what the sounds
Well, this is true. We don't know which sound is actually fireworks, but we're not going to the window to find out.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Mac, I see you with the bubbly. What you drinking tonight?
This is the finest from Canada. This is ginger ale.
Ooh, fancy.
Man, that's funny you said that because I definitely got some Welch's sparkling cider with a little bit of peach smearing off.
You know,
it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, Lee?
You know, the finest plastic cup. peach Bellini. Peach Bellini from Trader Joe's.
Okay.
You know.
Definitely.
I heard Trader Joe's be having some good stuff over there. So to get tonight popping, y'all, and make sure you guys join us in the comments. Let us know that you guys are here, that y'all are excited to see us. We are excited to see you. Huge shout out to our followers on TikTok, Instagram, and our faithful few who come to see us every week on YouTube and also Facebook. We love you guys, and we thank you all so much for your support. So we're going to kick off tonight with a few little icebreakers. That's, just some fun questions. We're not going to get into the nitty and the gritty just yet. But I want to know from you guys, and this is, pertaining to, the year that we're about to say goodbye to. So pick 3 words to describe this past year that we're moving on from. I started out with a tough one. 3 words to describe the year that we're saying goodbye to.
I'm letting the lady go first, of course.
Hey.
Okay. Change.
Prosperity.
And and hope. That's all I got.
I like that. Change, prosperity, and hope. What do you have, Mac? 3 words to describe the year we're saying goodbye to.
Quick.
Oh yeah.
um,
This
uh,
it went by so fast. Oh, let me see.
man,
Mm-hmm.
I say quick. I'm gonna go with exciting and I don't know, joyful. I had it was a lot of good things happen this year. So
Good. I like that. I was about to be immature when you say joyful. I was about to start singing joyful,
Joyful,
joyful.
joy.
Look, see?
of course, of course.
You were thinking it, but you totally said
You
it.
said that.
Man, my 3 words to describe the year that we are saying goodbye to is oh hell no.
Listen,
Listen, a
I
lot.
understand. That's
Oh
all
my
I'm
god. It was a lot to experience. It went super fast. I mean, December, I feel like, I didn't even get a chance to get ready for Christmas. And now
Yeah.
we're talking about the new year. Like Christmas was so rushed. I need a whole do-over. Like,
Hmm.
yeah. But I am looking forward to the new year.
For sure.
So, tell me, what was the single best thing that happened this year, guys, for you?
To lock it down to one thing, that's a little. So
You
Narrow
say
look,
the
it
best,
down.
the best thing.
The best thing.
I don't know. I got promoted this year, so I'm a roll with that.
Hey!
I appreciate that. That was a long time coming. So it
Mhm.
was very great when that particular situation happened. So I'll go with that.
That's a good one. What you say, Lee?
Listen, I got divorced this year, so it's not too many great things happening, but I would say the new career path that I'm on, like being a director of a nursing program. So,
Okay, come on.
Right.
And what
mhm,
about your
mhm.
fashion line? Oh yeah, single best. I'm sorry, single. But congrats to you on your new journey, both of you guys with the promotions. Woohoo! I love it. Celebrate. I would say the single best.
Celebrate.
Yes, it's a celebrate.
Celebrate.
If I had to think about the single best thing to happen is for my program and my choir to be featured on billboards all around the city of Baton Rouge. That
Right.
Whoop,
definitely
whoop.
was the biggest highlight for
That
me. Snap,
definitely
snap, snap.
snap.
Every time,
Okay.
every time anybody sees the billboard, they're calling me like, "I just saw you on the billboard."
Listen,
Great,
yeah,
great.
I saw it and I was like, damn, dog, I'm proud.
I'm proud. Like, man, I ain't gonna lie. The one that I
Congrats,
saw that was
congrats.
actually still, I wanted to jump out of the car and take a picture in front of it, but I'm like way down here, and then the billboard is way up there. It would have been such a
Yeah.
far away picture.
Mhm.
I let it go, but I was definitely excited.
We gonna let you say that.
Let me live.
Right.
I
You
appreciate that. Now, so here's the nitty and the gritty. Now, in
mm.
what ways, guys, have you grown for the lady emotionally and for the gentleman I'm sorry, spiritually? In what ways have you grown emotionally for you, Shirley, and for you, Max, spiritually? In no particular order.
Ooh, down with the
If
question.
you need time, you need time to think. I can go into mine for sure. But with me personally, I think you spoke on it a few episodes. Well, maybe the last episode or the one before that, when you talk about and I don't know if you actually doing exactly this, but I listen to frequency healing. You know, and a part of that, I've been I don't want to upset anybody when I say this, but I've been looking at the God inside my mirror and
Okay.
really doing a lot of accountability checks with with that, and that's kind of been keeping me focused and kind of preparing my mental to go better with that, because I don't like to say any outside venture affects me.
Hmm.
So it's about really correcting myself and going from there.
I love it. Give some
Yeah.
snaps for Mac,
Come on,
man.
high vibration.
Spiritual
Yes.
awareness. Now,
High
before we go to you,
vibration.
Lean, I want to definitely welcome our crewmate. Give it up. King Don is in the building, y'all.
Austin, boy,
Hey.
you little dark over there.
And it paused.
Okay.
He'll be back. But what you say, Lean? How have you grown emotionally this year?
Li- Listen, you coming with the self care,
Oh, there you go.
pulling it out of me.
I'm pulling it
I'm
out of us.
glad. Oh yeah, you pulling it out of me.
Yes.
Emotionally, I would say learning to like the self love, like to put me first. And I think we lose ourselves in our partners and our children, like being that mom, being, me being a provider, caring for others. But, it's like, what about me? Like, what about
Yes.
Come
my,
on, man.
my feelings and my needs and,
Hmm.
and kind of, like I say, going through the process of, what I'm going through, kind of seeing that everything doesn't revolve around me. And that's kind of like,
That's
it's
different, huh?
it's
It's
different,
different.
I'm like, why nobody's coming and trying to have
Man,
learning to be a big girl and like, look, you got to
Yeah.
deal with this. This is a part of life. You got to keep moving. So it's just like kind of loving yourself.
that's funny that you say that. That Lean said, "Why ain't nobody coming?" Man, when I went through the same situation for a male, ain't nobody coming. Like that's the scary part about it. It's like, man, ain't nobody coming to say, "Hey, listen, I know you just went through said situation. Like, how are you doing?" Everybody's like, "Oh shit, you free now, my boy." You know what I'm saying? Look, you available to do such and such, but ain't, man, it's crazy when it ain't nobody like, "Yo, how's your mental? Like,
Yeah.
you missing
Yeah.
your, you know what I'm saying? You missing that situation? How's the relationship with your kid, or whatever the case may be? Boy, ain't nobody coming."
Yeah.
So I
Hey.
understand that shit.
Mm-hmm. What you say, King Don? You look
What's
dapper.
up, man?
Okay, come through.
What's up? What's up, man? I just had to go check the mailbox real quick.
Ah!
Y'all selling Mac, man. Y'all looking good, man.
Hey, you too,
Likewise.
bro. So the question was, how have you grown spiritually? I asked the ladies, how did they grow emotionally? And I asked the fellas, how did you guys grow spiritually this year?
Oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy. I asked that, bro, because I recently had a situation happen to me, probably about a month ago,
Mm-hmm.
and like it was based on like a spiritual awakening. I can't say like in a sense, but that's exactly what it was.
Okay, so how have
And
you grown from it?
to grow from it, because like I kind of learned the shadow work I had to do in the process of going through that experience.
Uh-huh.
And like in the midst of the shadow work, I kind of like it kind of taught me like, you know, like everything that I was putting people through, or like probably my way of responding, like it was based off of like the things that I went through in the past, like my
Yeah.
childhood all the way up until now. Like,
Yeah.
and like I would be, like a pit bull with a tail when the tail and his ears up when it come down to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But like I learned how to deal with those things. I learned how to channel my ego. I mean my spirit over ego, like.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Y'all better come through
Y'all
with the
coming with it.
light.
Listen, y'all
Okay.
coming. The men
We
on with the spirituality. Come on,
okay.
fellas. Come on.
Look, I was waiting for King Don to say "City Boys up." You know that's his favorite line. He like to come with
City
that.
Definitely.
boys
See,
up.
I didn't change. See, I ain't been the same. Y'all ain't even noticed. I ain't even been the same since we've been back on.
Uh-huh. Oh, I noticed.
Mm.
That's why I said this would have been a time where you would have said it, but I'm proud of your growth.
Yeah.
I'm proud of all of you. You guys make me smile all the time. So to make it light before we get into
Hold on,
more of the
That's emotionally. I
oh
heard you say
Oh, she tried to skate past.
you said speedy with it. You know what I'm saying?
He
my
said so
fault.
speedy.
I know, a little hasty, huh?
Mhm.
So for me, I have grown more emotionally by making sure that I know what my triggers are. Um when I am more aware of what my triggers are, it's easy to make sure that I guard myself so that I don't be triggered into becoming emotional in the moment or having a emotional response or even an emotional breakdown for whatever it is per se. So that's a part of how I've been growing emotionally is just to be more in tune with myself so that I know, what Dom needs, and a part of that is, telling myself yes a whole lot more. I
Mm.
would always deny myself
Right.
of a lot of things, things in some cases that I needed, but I've just been saying yes to myself. Lean and I have been friends for like years and years and years. And I remember her saying to me, man, I never knew a person who just will go without. And I have done that plenty of times, and
Mm.
the growth that I have experienced, is a part of it is me saying yes to myself because I deserve a yes. A few yeses, and the yes
Yes.
definitely has to start with me. And, me saying yes to myself is definitely opening me up to, getting what I actually deserve from, my loved ones or people who, I'm with.
Mm.
Definitely
Okay.
understand. Well, all right. 3 snaps.
Ah! So I was not trying to run past that, but I thank you for bringing me on back because
Mm-hmm.
that was a good word right there. All right, put me in G.
Yes.
All right, so to keep it light on this subject because we are definitely talking about all things new year, right? So I want to know what was the funniest thing to happen to you guys this year. Let's have a little fun.
Hmm. Funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's different.
Story time.
That's something. That's something. You had to go dig for. Like
I don't. I don't have any
I don't
funny
know, me.
moments.
I don't know.
See, now you got me feeling like a deer in headlights.
Y'all didn't know I was gonna be coming with the old year stuff, right? Some things we're gonna say
Mm-mm.
goodbye to tonight.
uh,
But I wanted to know what was the funniest thing to happen.
I'm
Now
trying to
don't
even think about one funny moment.
about
I'm
one
trying to,
phone moment is that many, right?
trying to
Child,
throw
I'm
a
trying.
list,
I'm
man.
trying to find something.
Listen,
Half of
everything
my creative.
yes, everything funny to happen with me it always has something to do with my children. Like they will do and say some of the craziest things. So the funniest thing that happened, I'm saying to me, but uh Drake was actually, and I'm saying Drake, guys, that's my oldest son. He was telling me about a story when he was in I think first grade and he was at a different school at the time. Well, he's explaining to me that there was this kid in the same grade as him. They all at lunch and the kid needed help opening his mayonnaise pack because they had hamburgers, right? And so he was trying to get his mayonnaise pack open. He couldn't get it. So he turned to, classmates on each side, like, hey, can you help me with my mayonnaise? Well, nobody wanted to help him with it. So he went up to the teacher to ask her to open the mayonnaise pack for him, but she was talking to someone, so she just told him, hey, just wait just a second and I'm gonna come and help you. But when he sat down, he had a total meltdown. Okay, now this is Drake describing it to me. Like, he's like, mommy, he went and sat down and he was like, nobody will help me with my mayonnaise. And Drake is like cracking up telling me this story. I'm like, why was the mayonnaise so important to him? He said, that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, she didn't say no. She was going to come and help you. He said, mommy, you don't understand. He was crying so much that they had to take him out of the cafeteria because his face was all red and he was huffing and puffing. They had to put him in front of a fan. I was like, oh my God. Like, he was telling me this story, like, and of course, the kid was of a different ethnicity because our
Oh,
kids are not that
oh,
big
oh.
on mayonnaise. But he
Listen,
said
I didn't
this.
want, I didn't want to say it, but it sound about white, to me. Sound about white.
Oh my
Nah,
God,
we're leaving out a very descriptive word he used in that story too, because he also told me that story.
what
He
was
said
the word?
he said he was crying so hard on Kamak that he was wailing.
He did say
Well,
Not
yeah,
wailing.
he did say wailing, and when he said wailing, he did like that. He was wailing, like it was excruciating to him. Oh my God. He had me and Roman, I mean, y'all, tears down our eyes. Like, we were cracking up because he thought it was the funniest thing. So I asked him, I said, well, Drake, why didn't you help him to open his mayonnaise? And he said, well, he never asked me. Y'all, I lost it. So it's like, you really let this kid sit there and suffer. He was like, well, if he wanted help with his mayonnaise from me, he would have asked me, but he didn't. So
Touche. Let him well. Let him just keep welling.
let him keep wailing. But Drake was,
yeah.
that was the funniest thing.
You would have opened the door to do flashing out on him, and then he had to, yeah.
Over his
Right.
mayo pack. Oh
Over his
God.
mayonnaise, his single mayonnaise
Mm.
pack, he couldn't get open. Now we know how little children are. They will put it in their mouth first. So imagine he didn't put it in his
Exactly.
mouth.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
tried to get each kid. That's probably why the kids was like, no, I'm not touching that mayonnaise pack.
For sure.
Nigga,
Like,
sis, I ain't never asked you this, but I just gotta know, right? I can't go into the new year, right? I
okay,
won't go into the new year without knowing.
okay.
Is the podcast smoke friendly?
For me, it is. Yeah, that's fine.
Roll that shit.
Just,
Like that shit. Pass that shit.
yeah,
That's
man.
cool with me. Yeah, I don't have no issue with it.
Yeah, they doing their drug on here. They drinking. You mind if
I know, right? They know we can't see them though.
This is not a drug.
We
This
got
is.
our drink.
Oh, you talking about the girls?
alcohol?
Oh, nah. I support that. I support that.
He been on his red wine. I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, man. You know, kind of keep it mellow moods, man.
Ah,
I got me. I got me some. Well, matter of fact, Mac, no free promo.
Right, right.
I got the tough guy. I got the tough guy in the mug, right?
what?
Yeah.
I
But
got the tough guy in the mug.
but like Dom, man, mine involves my son as well. Dude is
Okay.
has become more boisterous with asking for things lately. So of course, when I'm feeding him and you not focused, and like really diligent on continuously feeding him, he'll repeatedly ask you, more please, can I have something please, right? Man, dude literally took both of his hands, put it under his chin like this, and
I
was
can hear
like,
you.
more please.
No.
I was like, yo, like you like
He
you
hit,
can see your
yeah, he hit you with the Puss in Boots, man.
Yeah, dude was like,
Do the
more,
winking.
please.
That's
Please,
funny.
sir. Please, sir.
I'm like, damn, dog, this ain't no porridge or nothing like
Porridge.
that. I said, just a bit
Yeah.
more, sir.
So what's the plans? What's the plans though for New Year? For
For tonight?
once the clock cracks 12.
Oh, see you missed that.
Yeah.
We gonna watch some fireworks. We a little grown,
Yeah.
boy. You know what I'm saying? We beyond that
Uh,
holding shit down and run. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all
Listen.
that.
oh yeah, nah, yeah,
And y'all
definitely,
saying that
definitely.
we was holding that shit in our hand, man. You
That
damn
is
Oh
wrong.
yeah,
Look,
see,
listen.
I
Let me
throw
tell you
them bitches
something.
to me. Well, I came up throwing them.
yeah, but you can't.
Look,
You can't.
I ain't
them
never had
knees
to
ain't
run for
working. Like
nothing.
you can't like that and try to run. You know, them knees not the same. You know.
No, they're
For
not the
sure.
same.
Yeah,
The
right.
shit that go in
Mm-mm.
the little tube, the little you can't just light that shit and throw that. We
Nope.
tried that shit, and let me tell you something.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, you know you.
I don't know.
Hey, you got some missing nails or something.
We did that shit, and that shit like scattered on the ground, and one of the like people calls it said like alarm went
Oh,
off and
that was
shit.
Oh
scary. I remember
shit.
that.
Oh
Yeah,
dang.
like yeah, man, that was some of the
And we
dumbest
never
shit we
we
did.
never did that shit again.
We never did that again. Yeah, but
We
yeah,
all praying so hard, like, Lord, please don't let this person call blow up. We gonna be in
I know, right?
trouble.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it though, of course. But I can't say I'm not gonna get something for the kids and like enjoy the times. Like let them see experience like the times I had. You
man.
know what
Let
I'm
me tell you
saying? When we was running from them bitches, throwing them whatever we was doing.
something,
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
and pardon me for if there's a portion in this segment that you have as far as questioning on this. But if there is, I'm gonna get to it. Here's my 2022 rant for the fucking year.
Go with
I'm
it.
Okay.
tired of buying shit that is purposely meant to throw away. So part of the firecrackers is definitely throwing your money in the fucking garbage. Two,
Wait, say it again. What it
Mm,
was?
shit.
Popping fire.
Firecracker.
part of the
Yeah.
firecrackers is definitely some shit that's like you like this shit just to burn your money up. Buying trash bags just to go throw away. You understand that shit? You buying trash bags just to throw that shit
Just
away,
bro.
bro. I'm getting tired of this shit. Like,
Look, he been
like,
on. Look, Mac been on it for these last couple of days. But listen, on
man,
that one, I feel you. I feel. Look, I got a trash bag in my can that don't fit, and that shit's gonna stay like that. That's
that's, that's what I'm saying,
that
man.
shit halfway. Look, I don't know how many gallons that ain't
Yeah.
right,
That's
And,
If
funny.
you, if you,
and
I'm
I'm
if
gonna
you
thinking
leave
throw
on
it.
the
something heavy in
adult
it, that
shit.
thing gonna fall
If
in
it's
there.
all right.
I won't be an adult shit. I got scented trash bags so the trash don't stink up the house and shit like that. Man, like,
Right.
fuck that shit. Buying that shit just to throw it away, this shit
Just to throw it
is
That's
away.
true too, though. That's true
That's the
nah.
though.
funniest thing I ever heard.
But
Buying
I would
stuff just
never.
to throw it away.
That's really what we do.
That's
We
what we
literally
do.
Right.
buy that just to throw it away. Like, fuck that. Like, the firecrackers made me think of that because I kept saying that. And I was like, people been asking me to be on float, right? And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you want me to get on that shit,
Bye.
spend money to just to throw that
No,
shit out
no.
the
To throw it
fucking
away.
I'm like, you got to be out of your fucking mind. I'm not doing that
Mhm.
shit. I'm
Right.
like, I'm just over the buy
Oh
shit.
no, Lynn. Say, Lynn, you got the fan too and all that. Oh no. Shit.
Dominic
She came
LaRue, man.
complete. Oh no,
Man,
man.
you heard Meg. Meg said
Feel like I'm in a
Dominique
Moulin Rouge.
LaRue. Yes, that's what he said at first. Well, he cracked on both of us when he said
Oh,
it.
because
Tomorrow.
I had the fur on earlier.
Yes, look.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's dope though. That's dope. Y'all looking
That's funny.
real beautiful, man. Real explicit, man.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So y'all.
So,
Oh, did y'all King Don and Lean, did y'all have a funny story that happened this year?
no, but look, I'm so weird it'll just come out the blue. Like we'll be talking about something else and not think about
All right.
Yeah,
What you
listen,
saying,
since
Lean?
y'all brought up the kids, the only thing is funny, but in a sense, like kind of like what Max said with the children, like because
Yeah.
our children like trying to get them to talk. You know, the 2 year olds, these pandemic babies, not the skills, the social skills not up. Like so, he's not
Oh
really
yeah.
speaking. So I hear him saying like, "Oh, oh, she, oh, she,
Mhm.
oh, she," and I'm like, what is he saying?"
Uh-huh.
So he has the YouTube, they could do the tablet, he can
Yeah.
operate that thing like it ain't. And I'm listening, I see like the little anime things, like kind of like how our screen is like four different characters with like a woman doing this to the guy's cheek.
Uh-huh.
So he's doing this to himself. And I'm like, what is going like I'm watching it, it's not saying that it's like a woman irritating her man, and then he bit her. And then he's saying, "Oh shit."
Woo! How did I knew
So
that's what he was saying?
So I'm like, out of all the things that he can say,
He picked up the
learn to
curse
say.
word.
That's what he picking up, and he just, oh she, oh she, oh she, oh
That
she,
is
Uh-huh.
oh she.
hilarious.
I'm like,
That is funny. Kids will always pick up the worst parts.
the
Yeah.
worst, the worst.
I,
You all right,
hey,
Cliff?
listen, I try to, yeah, man. Hey, look, I gotta tell the fans and I gotta tell y'all, even the crew, right? The phone fell, not me, okay? I'm good, guys. No need to
I don't
call
know.
in and
Listen, I don't know
say
what you listen.
rescuing
I don't
me.
know what you rolled up in. I don't know what you got in that
I
cup. I don't know.
No, look, I'll fuck around and like readjust it, and you know,
Hmm.
I bumped
that
the wrong thing.
that's hilarious.
Hmm.
So I got something that I want to show you guys. All right, I saw this on a podcast called Eight at the Table. Rico had some interesting things to say about how women are perceived when it comes down to them wanting their mate to be like their dad, but women having an issue when a man is expecting things that he's used to from his mom. So y'all check
Mm.
this
Mm.
out. Yeah, it's some good perspectives, I swear. But
I'm
y'all check it
listening.
out. Let me know what y'all say.
Present wants a man to emulate a lot of the things her father or a lot of characteristics her father had. Now, when a guy had only his mother present, we shame him because he wants a woman to emulate a lot of the characteristics that his mother had. It's crazy to me that if a woman who had a father present wants a man to emulate a lot of the things her father or a lot of characteristics her father had. Now, when a guy had only his mother present, we shame him because he wants a woman to emulate a lot of the characteristics that his mother had. It's crazy to me that if a woman who
Ooh, what y'all say about that?
Ooh, that was deep. Nobody, they don't want. I ain't lying.
They ain't trying
They
to
don't
emulate my
want
daddy.
And
that.
I drink to that.
Sit down
So
and
what do
listen,
y'all
listen.
say? Do y'all see any truth to that? Like, what's your take on it?
I don't know.
Y'all
Yeah,
sound.
we.
I understand a lot of people. That's the expectancy of the world. That's the viewpoint of the world. I ain't never wanted a woman to be like my mom. And it's not to say
Exactly.
anything. It's not to say anything about my mother in particular, but I ain't that
No.
that just ain't never been
Like a
my
thought that you had. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah hype for that.
Yeah.
I don't look at
Yeah.
you know and it may be some similar characteristics I look for you, but I never go into it and say, yeah, I want you to do this like my mother did. I want you to do that like my mother
Yeah,
did.
and I don't think he meant that. I think he kind of meant like the character, the similar characteristics. Like I don't think he was because I agree with it in the sense of like him talking about like the similar characteristics. Like if I only had my mother present, then like
And
I know how to love. I know like I learned how to treat her. I know she gonna teach me to take the trash out, hold the door open, like what I'm saying, shit like that.
yeah, I get it. I
It's
get I
just
get
But
what
small
you're
yeah,
shit.
saying.
So like
But
I
that's
guess
like
it.
her cleaning her
I
house,
guess.
like so a man gonna be looking for those,
I
it's
guess it
small,
would be different. I guess it would be different if it was a two-parent household and you seeing how your dad treat your
Your
mom
mom.
or
mom,
your mom
right,
treat your
right.
dad. You can say like, oh,
Hmm.
like, but a single mom, I don't really get that. Like, I don't get. I think they be trying to make
Right.
points and stuff. Like, I don't think every man looks
Yeah.
at his
Right.
mom in that way and like,
Right.
oh man, my
That's,
mom's so great. Because everybody don't have great moms. Like, we have to be
Yeah.
realistic. There are
yeah. And that's
shitty moms, and
Yeah.
there are
Yeah.
shitty fathers.
to,
Like, so
to
Right.
his
Yeah.
I
point
don't.
of saying only the mom present, I mean, she ain't that, my dog. I
That's
don't want that
exact.
characteristic.
Yeah, exactly,
You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly. Let's be
I,
real. Exactly.
that's realistic. I don't want that characteristic. So
Yeah.
that's why I say it personally. I understand what the world may view it, and I understand that there are things that you want these mothers to be. Yeah, of course. But I want a woman to take care of my kid. When they're sick, like my mom did me. Yes, but realistic, like overall, nah. I don't want you to do a lot of shit that my mom is doing, man.
No, seriously, because
Yeah.
my mom was tough. Like, my mom was abusive. She was tough. She was,
Right.
so it's
She let
like
you
a
get
lot of
hit by a car.
man. Listen,
I cannot get past that
listen.
one. I'm sorry.
I don't think my brothers they want looking for girls like
Right. And then
like I say, they holding their families down, which we supposed to do, as parents.
Yeah.
But I don't see like I think it depends on what type of you know what I'm saying. If you have
Mhm.
that nurturing type of mother that or that father that kind of like, hey, daughter, let me show you, like, you never let a man treat you like, like if you
Yeah.
having those kind of qualities, but
But a lot of times in modern day, we are progressive parents. Like
yes,
they were doing shit
exactly,
out of repetition. Because Big Mama
exactly.
said do it, because Big Mama said do it, and so on and so forth.
Right.
We are more understand, like letting our children have voices, trying to understand and trying to get
Mhm.
to more of a solution with that. So I can see more people of our age are really on the thing like, yeah, I want to be as far away from that shit as possible because
Yeah, look,
because we don't have the same kind of relationships. Like I'm able to talk to my 16-year-old kid and like really have a great dialogue and get more out of her because I am more relatable and I'm not just a shut down type of parent
Mhm.
compared to situations I've had.
Yeah, and that's what
so
make you a better parent, like a different parent. I
mhm.
ain't gonna say better like talking, just speaking down on all our
Right,
parents.
that's why I said
We
Yeah.
all,
we
because
just
I
saying
can,
a different.
fuck, I know I gotta, what I'm saying,
Mhm.
but
So
at the
look,
same time, go
there's
ahead.
like this story I tell people most of the times, like, you have a parent, like a mom or a grandmother. She teaching her daughter, like, okay, I got this meatloaf. You making the meatloaf. She putting it in the pan, breaking the meatloaf off the ends and baking it. So when her daughter has a child, she's teaching her daughter, like, making meatloaf, putting it in the pan, cutting off the ends, and doing it. So the daughter finally asks, like, Mom, why do you do that? And she like, oh, I don't know. My mom always did it. So she's like,
Mhm.
you know what? I'm gonna go ask my mom why she did it. So the mom like, oh, I did that because the pan too small for
For the
for the
meat.
meat.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just that we do stuff just because somebody else,
Because we seen
teaches
them
us
do
or
it.
telling we see
Mhm.
them doing it, and you never ask why, and you just passing that down to your children and just doing it, and until somebody asks, like why are you doing this, or why are
Mhm.
we like this, or why why we don't talk, or why you'll never know, and then until that person go back and kind of find out why they're doing what they're doing. Like, you just want to be repeating the cycle, just
Funny
That's
part
right.
about
unnecessary.
that, people experience life so differently that when they get what's supposed to be normal, they look at the shit strange. Like I know
Mhm.
you
Hmm.
just sounded, you described the shit with the meatloaf, but keeping on the food topic, I've expressed to people about like ribs, how ribs are not supposed to necessarily fall off the bone. You're supposed to be able to
Hmm.
pull the bone out of them,
Mhm.
but I'm like, your meat should be on the bone with that. And people argue me down. Well, that's how certain people like. I'm like, yeah. You ever went to a restaurant? If a restaurant shows you a plate of just falling off the bone
For no
ribs,
meat. Hmm.
you would be mad as hell. Like,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm like, there's a lot of people that we
Yeah,
eat
but when
shit
the meat
out of.
falling off the bone, it's tender.
Yeah, you
Yeah, look, I know, I get what he's saying. That's
I know.
we do, yeah, we do that
Yeah,
stuff
right.
yeah,
a
because
Yeah.
certain
people
way,
just
but
do the
it
shit
ain't
just
correct.
because they
Yeah.
see, they've seen so many other people do it. That's got to be right because
It's
somebody else did it.
overcooked. Yeah.
As,
Exactly. Yep.
and then I'm pretty sure during their time, they were taught to not to question shit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
know,
the thing.
Exactly.
Why
so
is that a thing in the black community? Like we're taught not to question. Like, don't you question me, or
the
even like how parents would get offended.
The
the
You
church,
know,
Bible,
if we or the
the
church,
Bible,
the
yes,
church.
the church
I
don't
think
want
that
you to
comes
Yeah,
ask
from
that's the
questions.
you
first. That's
cannot
the main thing
that's
you
where it
don't
comes from.
question.
That's
you
where it
cannot
stems from.
question. That's
That's
where
where
it
it
stems
stems
from.
from
Yeah.
Sis, though,
slavery
you know what I was
because
thinking about?
yeah,
You know that, not to cut you off, sis, not to cut y'all off. I'm sorry, right? Look at, you don't remember? Look at what I was thinking about when you point your finger up in the sky, and like when you point your finger up like that, you gotta bite
mhm.
your finger because
What?
it's a sin. And man, look at we was younger, right? Like trying to think back. Man, y'all ain't.
Uh-uh.
I ain't never get hit with that superstition.
Mm-mm.
Yes, son, which was the stupidest, right? I mean,
So wait, explain it to
I,
me. If you hold your finger up, you gotta bite it. Cause what?
yeah, like if you say say like yeah, the man up there. Me and you conversate, and I see like the man up there. Like just pointing your finger up there. It was I was too young to question it at that point.
Wow. Now that
Yeah,
sounds like
I
the
don't
when
know.
you sweep a elder feet and then they gotta turn around and spit on a broom because that mean they go to jail or some shit.
Jail or something. Yeah, that
I,
was right
I
up. That was
always
with
wonder.
that.
I'm like, that's the dumbest. I'm like,
Y'all,
nah,
let me
like
tell you what
you
happened to
like
one of
70 years old. Like you're not about to go to fucking jail for me sweeping your foot. Like
70.
I mean, I
Oh
get
my
that,
god.
but of course, like this. I'm
Yeah.
talking about our grandmother. She's the one who had the issue with the sweeping of the foot, and I was just like, you're not about to go to jail for me sweeping your foot, like it's
No.
okay. Like
Yeah. Let me tell y'all what happened to one of my friends on campus when we was at Southern. Like it was a guy, he was walking down not even a strip, y'all. He was coming from like Subway that way, and say a lady like crossed paths with him, like went the other way, and suddenly she turned around and like put a X on his back, and she was like, "Oh my god!" Like put an X on his back, and he flinched so hard. Like, what are you doing?
I would have punched on the top of her head.
Yeah,
Huh?
she
Please
said,
there.
"Boy, I just saved your life. You crossed me this way, and you know you could have fell in that ditch right there and killed yourself, and I just saved you. That's why I put that X on your back." Man, he was
you
just
think you
like,
fucking
Mm.
saved my life? This is Zorro. What the fuck is you talking
Zor-
about?
not Zorro. You mean
Zorro.
Zero?
Yeah,
That's funny.
Zorro. I'm from the South, baby.
Instead
But
of a
yeah,
Z,
you
putting the
think that
X.
little hex
Ex-
saved my life?
Nigga said,
Fuck out of here.
Mm.
oh man, that's funny.
That that's that's
And I
crazy,
remember
man.
him being creeped out, like, what just happened to me? And he asking us, like, we like, I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, but like I said, a lot of the
Yeah,
shit
that's
that we grew up with and having the beliefs in, you grew up to be an adult and you were like, man, that's some bullshit. Being scared of black cats when we used to worship cats. Like that was a part of our heritage, in that. So it's
mm,
like,
mm.
a lot of stuff that, I looked at, I'm just kind of like, yeah. But to get back to the main thing, the Bible taught us a lot of times not to question shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
Was it the Bible or was it the people who introduced us to the Bible? Because they were the ones who were like, don't question God.
Don't question
But they
God. Yep.
got they
I
got a
know,
bunch
I
of stuff.
know.
But look, there's a bunch of stuff in the Bible that allude to
Yeah,
finding out the information, like having the questions to want to dig deeper, right? Because also, don't they have a scripture in there that says, my people perish due to a lack of knowledge, like
but there's
gain
also a
in all
scripture in
things,
there too.
gain understanding. Like, so a part of gaining understanding is asking questions to want to
Right.
discover or investigate and stuff like that. But the way it was introduced to us by the elders, who it was introduced to them by their parents, who were pretty much slaves. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't allowed to question their masters or anything like that. So that's really where it comes from. It doesn't come from the Bible.
Nah, it actually there has a scripture in the Bible that says exactly that. But that's exactly where it comes from. But that's a whole nother story. We is not about to start our New Year's out like that. Straight away, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Don't be scared to
that's a
talk
whole
about
nother
it
story.
now. Don't be
I ain't
scared.
scared now, but we have to talk about that.
You
But
don't
Right.
that's
want
not how
you
our New
don't you
Year is
don't want
gonna
to
be.
offend, and I understand not wanting to offend.
Yeah. So let me
Yeah.
ask y'all this, all right? Because in this past year, there were a lot more talks about orishas and spiritual healing, even zodiacs, right? A lot more things are surfacing about the history of it, the the practice, the religion, all of that. Like, what do you guys think about, that being more available to us now where it was never before?
One thing about it, you can't stop knowledge, man. And that's what I laugh about when people are like, they're stripping it out of history books. Yeah, but they made a mistake and gave you an open platform like we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
And when you give somebody an open platform like this, people don't realize that this overpowers whatever network that you were watching. People have decided to say, I don't watch Channel 5 anymore. I go to the Shade Room. I go to,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Right,
whatever,
right.
World Star, whatever outsource, outlet, YouTube, whatever, outlet like that first. I go to podcasts. They update me on this. Like
Mm-hmm.
you say, I watch, some of y'all watch the Breakfast Club religiously. That's where y'all grab y'all news from. Also, so when it comes down to it, you're going to more stuff is going to be revealed because independently I can get on here and say whatever the hell I want to and just put it out there. And if
Mm-hmm.
I have a certain number of following, that makes it law. So of course things are going to start to get uncovered, and like, so when people say, oh, they stripping it out of the history books, it's like, well, yeah, that's fine. Kids are on social media more than they do sit down and read a book. As
Yeah.
long as they keep having somebody that's going to tell it on a social media platform, they'll be fine. And people are going to
Yeah,
keep.
but we know on social
That's
media they looking at TikTok dances and different stuff like that. They're not necessarily
not
going for the
that's not
news
necessarily that's not necessarily true.
for the most part.
That's not necessarily true. You'll be surprised some of the stuff that even your kids follow that are
hmm
not just dealing with dances or the latest craze. They're
You just
getting
scroll up and something
they
pop up. Just
they get
Mm-hmm.
they getting in tune with a lot of different information on things, and they're like, oh shit, I never would have knew. Like, me and my daughter have talks about randomness when it comes down to it. It's like, well, dad, yeah, I was watching this lady who I follow on TikTok. She was explaining this. What is that? And and then I have to go into a
Uh,
conversation about it. Like I said, and it has nothing to do with TikTok dances. It's
Mm-hmm.
like it be some real stuff that that she need to be educated on. So, like I
right.
said, there's a lot of kids who, I mean, that's how you think you get movements going on. Like, these kids joining all these random movements. They're watching a lot of these people because, like I say, they'll start off from something that they are familiar with this person with. And let's say it is from a TikTok dance, but now I follow this person, and this person decides to say, you know what? Outside of these TikTok dances, I want to use this platform to share this knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
They
Speaking of
follow.
which, now this is totally like separate, but did y'all see the TikTok trend where the black women were saying that if you're a black woman I'm following you just because you're black. Like apparently
Hmm.
TikTok banned it, like shut it down.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, people
What
well,
video?
let me not say that. Let me not say
Mm,
what you call,
mm,
but the white
oh, my
women were
fan out.
complaining about it. Yeah. They were complaining, like some of them had even posted videos saying like, why can't you guys follow everybody? Like, why does it just have to be black women? And if
Because
you're black, and it's just like, damn, we can't. First of all, we weren't even talking to y'all. This is an A and
Let
B
me let,
conversation, man.
let me say something about that. If people don't understand that white women are the number one cause
Hmm.
of black men dying since we touched the soil
Yeah,
in America, and like men get so like they never understand like why most black women get upset at the thought of them, like, they think it's a come
being
up,
yeah.
but we like, y'all have died from a white woman just lying saying he looked at me, he whistled at me, like literally
Hmm.
they go to their grave like, yeah, I actually lied about Emmett Till, I
Yep.
actually lied about these, they actually did a report like literally most of the slaves that died, like children,
Hmm.
will buy the wife, because of course
Hmm.
the husbands were sleeping
We're
with
sleeping with
the
them.
slaves.
Yep. To
And
procreate and make more
I'm a
slaves, and they
kid,
get
look,
they get,
he
yep.
look, they talk back, slit the child throat, slit the girl, you know
Or
who
feed
he
them
was
to
having sex with.
alligators. Let's not
Yes,
forget about that.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
yes,
but
yep,
even in the
yep.
same
yes.
regards that y'all talk about, we
They
as
even
black
got postal
men
stamps
don't
about that.
understand it
Yeah.
and hate it
Your
because
camera is off, King Don.
like personally,
I
I
know.
get it. I support my sisters. I won't. I'm not tampering with the other side. I have no problem saying that.
Hmm.
I'm not cancel worthy, so I'm not worried about that. But on the flip side, I've watched a lot of people say stuff about that on the men's side, but then I also watch these same women stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning to watch Meghan marry Prince Harry. So it's like it's it's a walking contradiction, when it comes to that, So that's why a lot of men are like, well, how can y'all say this for one side, but when y'all fully support your sister dating another white dude who living out his fucking dreams of fucking with a black chick? So it's a hard, like I say, if we're gonna support each other and we're gonna move, let's move all as a unit. Don't support one side of it and then don't on the other, So it's a it's a little
I don't
touchy.
think that everybody, support for Megan is just because, she's black and she's marrying a prince. I think the support comes for her is because of all the backlash that she received just because she's black,
No,
not
I'm not.
because
I'm
she's
not
dating
talking
him.
about the support for her. I'm wondering why there's support for her marrying a white man. But if Donald
That's why I
Glover,
was saying that the support is not for
listen to
her
what I'm saying.
marrying
But if on the
him.
flip side, if Donald Glover said that none of the black women around me want to date me, so I decided to date somebody who was like me, a nerd, a gamer. There was. So you mean to tell me not one black girl, right? Why do I have to go search and find the fucking one? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
For his particular situation.
have
Now,
you
me
seen
personally,
Donald
yes, I'm
Glover?
gonna go search and try to find it. I get
I
that.
didn't. Text it to
Have you
me.
have you seen Donald Glover pre money? I listen. I love nerds. I would not. He wasn't attractive. Like, I'm just being honest. Like,
I don't think he's
Exactly.
was
attractive
was
now though.
so just imagine how he looked pre money. Like, he was not
That's
a
and
looker.
that's
Like,
and that's what
it's
and that's what I'm saying.
he's
So
not a looker.
there's like I said, regardless of the fact of whatever Megan's story was, there was support for her marrying a white guy. There is no
I don't know.
support for
That's
somebody
what
like
that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to clear the air on that. I don't think that the
Yeah,
support was for
I
her
don't think.
marrying a white man. Like that's not what
Yeah.
the support came from. We people were supporting her
And I
as
don't
a
think exactly that's exactly like what his debate
support her
is.
come up because he married a white
I
man.
you,
That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't think look at just talking on behalf of my brother. I don't think he he ain't that's not what he combating. That he a white guy. She was supporting. And you know what I'm saying? And she had support because she was dating her because she mad. You know, come on,
Well,
tighten
I
up.
was I was actually saying exactly that.
That's what I was about to say. That's what he's saying.
Damn, I'm
Exactly
trying.
that.
That's exactly what he's
I'm
saying.
trying.
On the subject, I was saying exactly that because when you mentioned that black
Man,
men had
wow.
dating white women as the come up, and
Uh,
and there were women who supported. I'm not gonna say a lot of women. I don't want to gauge it, but there were women who supported her because of her background, and it was a come up for her to date this prince and to marry into this family. So
right,
I'm like, well, that's literally we're literally saying the same thing on that situation. Is black women look as white men as come up as well, but
No, we don't.
No.
We do
No,
not.
sir. It is.
all right, I'm not gonna argue that standpoint, but
We
maybe
do.
Well,
if y'all don't,
because
But
you
just
maybe
like
know,
y'all
y'all
tell
don't.
us, but just like y'all tell
right?
us,
We
take
just
it from
object to
us. Like
anything
we
you
don't.
say. Exactly. You
We
mention
don't.
your part, and
Man, you know how many times I saw stop dating a Jonathan and date you a Josh? Like, there's a lot of women who feel like there's a come up from
well,
participating on the other side.
It's
but
not a.
I
It's
think
not
you
a
getting it.
vast
I think you
majority of
getting it.
us.
Yeah, I think you flipping it. I think it's
Yeah.
when there isn't the dating pool of good eligible men
Hmm.
is slim
I'm
to
trying to
none.
have your back, dog.
That's
You
where that
killing me,
is coming
smart.
from. That's coming from the data that they have that says the most successful women in America are black graduates, like black women top the charts. So
Hmm.
if you're looking for black men who are holding that same standard, you don't have that many men because that's the top. Let's think about it. Most
That's
of
what the
our men,
statistics
hold
are
on, most
telling
of
you.
our men, hold on, listen, most of our men are either, if they are good, they are either married. Let's be real. Look at the demo. If we're in New Orleans, if you're in Atlanta, the most men are gay. Like, and then if you don't have those, the men that have their stuff together, they are married. They're gonna either be gay or their hood. Like
Uh,
you don't have
okay,
a good picking. So it's like, okay, so you wait and you steady be around, like just pick the crumbs. Or I think they're saying like stop just putting everything on, okay, I'm gonna support the black men and I'm gonna do the stand behind the black man when you're not getting it in return. So go and get you somebody else. That's where that
Yeah.
movement, like don't get a Jonathan, the Josh, go get a Jonathan. That's coming because you have to look at the whole picture. Because I've seen it, and I know why they're saying it. You never heard me say I support it or I've done it, but I'm telling you why. Like I'm telling you
but
the why, the
but
why.
even with that, I call, and not necessarily to you, I call BS if they pulling it from that. And the reason why is how many people are in the world? You don't know based on the number that they told you. Same thing is how many people in the world you guys went to college with a bunch of black men who end up getting their degrees, but yet they tell you that they're not black men without degrees or they're not black men without these education levels. When you know personally that they are black men that are that at that level. All these study statistics are just shit. They pooling a certain number when you know, damn, I personally know a bunch of dudes with degrees. Or I personally know a bunch of dudes with money or educated brothers, on that standpoint.
Right.
Same thing when they say the the personnel that you particularly want to pick, the fine brother that you looking for is married or is individual. But there's another dude who's single as hell, who's not as attractive to you, with all these statues of life, but nobody's wanting to fuck with him. So to say that there's none, it's like, come on.
Dominic, we got two women, two men on this panel right now. Dominique,
Hmm.
how many eligible men that you know right now that you can see? Hey, I'll give him a shot. Like I don't know any. Like I
No.
don't know who's not dating.
who is not dating or who is
and
not
who's not
actually
married.
Who is
married.
not
That's the thing.
dating? That,
Who's
goddamn,
not
that's a hard
dating?
con.
Who's
That's a
not
hard
Well,
conversation.
and
dating?
when we say
If
dating, like
somebody's
meaning that they
dating,
have committed to someone in
that's
particular, but they're
exactly,
still,
exactly.
sowing their royal oats in the process.
Yes,
Like
yes.
we don't want to date men like that. That's what she's saying.
But when
That's
you
that's the slim pickings.
okay, so with that being said, and I don't know if do you guys feel that you're single until you get a ring?
Yes.
Okay, for you to say that bullshit right there, let you know how you gonna judge this man for y'all don't want to date men like that who are certainly rolling those while they're in that particular situation, but you're single until you get a ring.
Here's the thing. It's like usually
Contradiction.
no, it's not a contradiction. Usually if we're dating, like then you haven't given me a commitment yet. You know what I'm saying? The ring is the commitment. That's you saying that I only want you and I want us to take the next step of
Nah,
our
then look
relationship.
at. Let me tell. Let me tell
You
you.
ain't care
Let
about
me
your
take it.
jacket?
He
Look at.
did. He got hot
Oh yeah. I mean, nah, I ain't really got hot. You know, I'm mess out of shit. I really bought the jacket out for the night. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had to do that. I did it for y'all,
You
like for
did
the
it. Yeah,
fam. You
appreciate it.
know?
Appreciate it.
You know,
Hey.
I could have really cared. I white beater like I was fresh out the shower, all from work and all that.
Yeah,
You
I'm
think
just
I
fucking
wanted
with
to
you,
do
brother.
all that? And look at that, ain't what I
Look.
was talking about. Stop playing. Why you see how you brought me out there?
Go ahead.
Man, I forgot what I was saying. Now what I was about to say, man.
My
Yeah.
bad, C
No,
Ball.
look, all right, look at. That's just us getting lost and like. 'Cause first of all, just like y'all coming from like the woman's perspective,
Uh-huh.
right?
Mhm.
Not y'all personal perspective, and Matt, you commenting from like the man perspective that they personally mentioning, that they personally
Hmm.
mentioning. You know what I'm saying? But y'all get lost into it, so where it's like becoming a debate and shit, right? That's why I'm just sitting back, like,
Well, here's the
because like
thing.
I get,
Okay. So let me tell you this. All right. This is like a perfect example. Like, you know, a guy who I am dating, like, he doesn't give me the assurance that this is a thing between us. So until he toughens up and makes me feel secure in that, then I'm still single. That's
and you
that's
should
what
feel
I'm
like that.
explaining. So that's the only reason why I said to his question, you are you single until you get the ring? Like
All right,
it
now look, all right, I can, all right, look, I answer the question now, like from
yes.
a different male perspective.
Yeah.
All right, boom. Look, I feel like you should feel like that, like you single all the way up until then. Now see, it's different, like when he ain't giving you the assurance that you need to
Yeah.
feel like this is a thing. But like when y'all in a relationship and you waiting on a ring, see, it's different because now it's, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
that
saying? It's
is
already
different, but I think that part is a understanding. You know what I'm saying?
that's to understand. But
There's
like,
a
look at, but
conversation has had. I mean, has
yeah, but look,
happened at that point.
I say that to say, you know what I'm saying, there's a difference, right? But like for as like, you just saying what you got going on as an example. You hear me?
Hmm.
Like you should feel like that because like, all right, I just know how I would feel like if I'm into you and shit. And you
Yeah.
hear me? And I ain't got nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? To where like it's gonna keep me from feeling how I feel towards you and shit. All
Hmm.
off the rip, like I'm talking about when I meet you. The first conversation, that's when you had the late night conversations all the way to 2, 3 o'clock. So
Yeah.
like within that time frame, I'm already know like if I'm gonna solidify this, like you
Hmm.
my girl without me having to tell you. You know what I'm saying? You
No,
my
but that's the
girl now.
thing. I
Right.
need you to tell me. Like I can't read between the lines. I'm not that type of person.
I know. I'm just saying, like it.
No,
But
but
if all right,
I get where you're going with it. I was just
yeah.
throwing that part out there, but I do get where you're going with this, and that is true. When it is going in that way, then I still feel like there's an understanding, but nothing has been confirmed. And if it hasn't
but
been
look at,
confirmed to me, then in my mind,
he
I'm
might be
still a
on a
free
different
agent.
time frame though.
Look,
Yeah, right. You
And that's
should
cool. I mean, I'm just saying
you should
until
feel how you feel, but
only thing I was
yeah,
allow
only thing I was comparing the two to was you say you wouldn't want to date a guy who's steadily dating. If he's in a relationship, he might not be, and y'all don't know this, but of course, he might not be getting that vibe from the person he's with, but he's steady dating. You saying you wouldn't want to date a guy that's like that, but on the flip side, you would continue dating until that. I'm saying that's the same thing. That's what.
yeah, yeah. So in that instance, Mac, and I get what you're saying. In that instance, I'm not gonna confirm anything. Like I'm not gonna be saying on social media or to my family or whoever or even my friends that this is my man.
But that's a personal preference. I get it.
Agreed. It is a personal preference because with to each his own. But I'm just saying that if a guy does not give me the security, the comfort in knowing that I got him no matter what, he got me no matter what, then in my mind I'm still gonna feel like I'm single, and the protection for myself is to move in a way as a
yeah, for
single
real. Cause a
person.
nigga like me might just pull up and sweep you off your feet. You might think you have something going on with that
But
nigga.
listen, only
Yeah, man.
Exactly,
And
and
I
that's
pull
usually
up and
how it
I pull up
happens.
and she'll give you everything. Yeah,
Everything
man.
And guess
that the
what?
guy was supposed to be getting, but because
He
he
pull
never
up.
really confirmed anything. And that's the thing, that's, I guess, that's the part for women where the protect and provide thing comes in. Like, that's protection for us, like emotionally protecting me, man. Like you gave me the assurance that this is us, this is a thing. I'm not just expecting this to just be over with by tomorrow, man. I plan to
Hey,
be
dog,
here.
look at sis. Not to even just cut you off, right? Because you
Uh-huh.
made your point, bro. But look, I'm just trying to give you the perspective as a man. And then, like, I was a raw guy before, dog. Yeah, so I can really tell you, like, yeah, like, you supposed like live how you living, like, feel
Yeah.
how you feel, like, nigga ain't coming through like that.
we
You know what I'm
have
saying?
to this, but
And just fucking, like, just,
Wait,
fucking, don't just
exactly.
move on, don't just move on the time, don't keep your options
yeah,
closed, but
but
at the same time, don't shortchange, you know
Don't
what I'm
try to
saying,
change
what
yourself,
is, or
right?
what
but
could
I
be,
think overall,
Oh, I
yeah.
see what you're saying. Go ahead, Mac. I'm sorry.
I think overall, just to say what we're saying, I think as well as black women are saying that they don't like when we date white women. Black men are saying the same thing when y'all date white men, and I think that's why I say it's yeah. I understand what all the studies give you,
Hmm.
on the fun. Y'all don't want to wait, and it's a slim pickings and all this stuff like that. But understand, we go through all that shit too because our reality, what our studies are, is women who alter their bodies, is women who wear makeup, is women who wear hair that aren't theirs, so on and so forth. Things
The
that go
fuck?
things that go against what men believe also, but guess what? We still go into those situations and still say we still choose y'all in that same avenue. So
We're not feeling the choosing at all. I will
Right,
say,
like
from a woman's perspective, like we don't feel chosen by our black men.
your
We feel
brother dates a black woman and has always dated black
no.
women.
That's what
How
I'm
do you
saying.
not
It's
see that you have
because
representation?
no. I'm
In your
saying
personal
for a lot of us women, like you guys, and this is not every black man, but a lot of you guys treat us like we're second best, and
Don't say
it's
a
a
lot. That's not a factual thing.
yes, it is. I'm saying from a black
listen, let
woman.
me say
All
Yes,
right,
let me
look
let
at,
me
all
let me
right,
tell
look
you
at Mac.
something.
Mac, let
The
me ask
most
you,
compliments, the most
Mac,
compliments
Mac,
the
let me
wait,
ask
most
you
wait,
this,
wait. Hold on,
Mac.
hold
Yeah,
on. Let Lee say. Hold on. What she was saying?
Look, the
Oh,
most compliments
go
that
ahead, man.
women get in their natural state, no makeup, natural hair, is literally from white guys. Like, if you ever been around, like, someone is like, "Oh wow, you look good," like,
A lot of it, yeah.
listen,
But you know
no
what? It was
lie.
okay, and I gotta play devil's advocate with this. Like a lot of times when they're the ones to compliment us, like I immediately think that I'm at a slave auction or some shit, and they be like, "Oh my god, can I touch your hair? Like, can I
Okay,
touch your skin?"
I'm gonna pull a link
No,
to this. It's two women, two men on there. Hey, King Don, how do you feel about black women in their natural form?
I love it. I love it. I love it over that made up shit. I love it over anything that's GMO, man.
GMO.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
tell you
god.
right now, I am a lying though. Look at, I'm one of them. Look at, you look at, you gonna let me? Come on, you ask me. Yeah, you ask you.
No, he asking you.
No, I'm asking
I
you. I'm
know he.
I'm gonna let you explain. No, no, for sure.
But I ain't lying all the way down from the natural, the natural nails. Yeah, when your nails just grow beautifully naturally. I'm talking about, you know, the skin,
Mhm.
the hair, like, you know what I'm saying? I love when you feel good about your hair, like whether it's short and beautiful or long and beautiful. Like, long as you feel find beauty in it and find out what you're gonna do with it. The gain that more of that beauty.
Here's
To
the
feed
thing.
that beauty,
I,
the
I
channel it.
wait.
It's just
I,
I'm just different, me, dog. I'm
wait,
gonna
but
tell you the truth.
here's what I wanted to say. I like what you're
I
saying
like
now.
some
I just,
Nubian type shit.
but
Me.
I wish that more black men were willing to tell
Oh,
us
I'm sorry.
this
Wait, they have a
all
song
the
that
time.
literally goes.
I know, but see, look at that, and that's why I was going with it. Cause see, like it's more of us out there. It's more of me out there, right?
No, no,
Yeah, but it's
It's
more.
more of me out there. But look,
there's a
it's
song
kind of like
that describes this very moment that we're talking about.
What song?
Uh, baby, you're my everything. You all like that song, right? He said, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on, whatever the case.
make
That's
up
what he said.
on,
He said, all the bitches
yeah.
gonna take
That's
them
when
out.
yeah.
That's a broad perspective. That came from some. That came from a male, and that gave you the whole perspective. There's literally a song about it that describes that.
Yeah, but the moment we step out and go out
Oh,
somewhere with y'all want us to be made up and decked out. Come on
And
now,
look,
let
it's
let's
the
let's
same
not try
man.
to
Let me tell you.
let's
No,
not try
let
to
me
be
tell you.
politically correct, man.
look,
No, I ain't gonna
I'm
act like
I'm gonna
like this. We gonna take the net. That's not what I said. You reiterating on what I was talking about.
No, I'm just saying,
And
from
look,
what I've experienced,
them
what
same
I've
men will
experienced.
turn
Not you.
around
Yes, that's what
and
we're saying.
say, "Beautiful black woman," but I bet that bitch look better red.
Yes. Or
Let's go
wait.
there.
Oh, time out.
Same
And let me
men.
tell
Uh,
y'all. And let me tell y'all this too. Another one. Ooh, you are so pretty for a dark skinned girl. Like that's not a
okay.
compliment.
Look, I haven't heard that since your childhood.
Oh, I hear it all the time. I hear
Really?
it all the time. And between me getting called Kelly Rowland, Rudy Huxtable, stuff like that.
uh,
Yeah, it's just like
Beautiful black woman.
you got the nail on me.
yeah, but
Oh
when
no,
they
yeah.
present it
Every
to you,
woman
it's
that calls
not.
you
But
wrong for
no, what I'm
having a
saying
beard.
is, it's never. Oh my god, you're just a pretty girl. It's always a condition. You're pretty for as though dark skinned women aren't meant to be pretty. That's why I was saying that it doesn't. It's not
That's when
received
it
as a
come from.
compliment.
That's when it
Beautiful
come from the
black woman is so
outside.
much. Like
That's
you
when it come
Yes.
from the
make these
outside. But
black
look at,
women
all
look
right, look at,
beautiful.
just
No,
picture
I'm
me coming
saying
to your job.
black men will say this to me. Ducky is what I'm saying.
No, but
Black men.
Oh,
Naomi Campbell, um, what's the
Yeah, all of those pretty girls, yes.
the
But when
woman
they
who
see
played?
me, Mac, I'm saying when they see me at the grocery store or some shit like that, like some men
But you
would
speaking
be
of
like,
personal
I mean,
preference.
so
it
what's
will
your
serve.
problem
Wait,
then?
I have to speak from a personal perspective because I'm trying to get you guys to see what Lean is saying. Like on a daily basis, this is what we deal with. Like you guys are saying that this is how affirm your women. But what we're saying is our experiences, the
Listen,
men don't affirm us that way, or they give us a condition if they give us a compliment, and that's why I gave you that example,
And the only reason
so you can see what we mean.
The only reason we're combating that because y'all literally just did it for the other side when we telling y'all this is our personal perspective of how we see in our particular situations, and y'all literally combated that very thing that we say, hey, look at our perspective too. Y'all literally went against that to give y'all personal perspectives on that situation.
No, that wasn't a combat. I was just, but we were trying to explain to you.
Personal perspective on how
okay.
Black women dating white dudes, and y'all came up with studies and statistics on why.
No,
and we telling y'all the same thing. That's why I did exactly what Lean did. It's 2 men, 2 women on here. Explain the situation.
Okay, time out. What I was explaining to you was when you said y'all support Meghan Markle because she's marrying a white man. That was your exact words. I was explaining to you that these people that you're talking about, these black women, are not in support of Meghan Markle because she is marrying a white prince. We are in support of her because she's a black woman like us. That's all I was saying. I'm not supporting
her marriage because she's dating.
I am supporting her. I'm just saying that
her doing what?
Support her as a black woman to
doing
be in
what?
Oh my God! Like you guys are
putting color in a bloodline that has never experienced it. So it's like
it's exciting, but
like seeing traveling people.
We finally got a piece of the.
We finally got a piece of the pie. Yes, but the thing is that
came in
and
his family. Listen, how many black? Let's talk about this. Let me be devil's advocate. How many black men who will be successful will leave their family and say, "I'm going to take my wife." And leave all this fabulous, like this man has
security detail, money.
He has everything.
All of that.
This man has everything, and you put all that on the line. Listen, he put all that on the line for that black woman.
He left her. He left it.
He put a horrible perspective on that because a black.
You brought it up. You
wouldn't have to do that with a black woman because his black family would accept her. His family didn't accept her because.
But that's why we support. But that's why we support Meghan.
Do that with a black woman.
But that's why we're explaining to you that's why we support her, because she chose love at the end of the day. Who we think she should be married to is not here nor there. What we're saying is the support for her comes because we as black people know how that shit is to be, discredited, discounted, like all of that stuff. And here it is, you're talking about love. This man loves her, and his own family doesn't even accept her because of a side of her.
Yeah, you're taking that perspective, and then you're taking away from me defending the one comment.
I'm not taking away from anything. I was just.
She said what black man would do that. And I say a black man wouldn't have to do that because his black.
But see, that's the point. That's the point. That shows you that you is not the same fight. Like you saying that the white man will have to prove himself. Listen, this is your words. Listen to what you just said. A white man doesn't have to fight. Well, no, I'm sorry. A black man doesn't have to fight with a black family because they're more accepting, which we are, to everything, right? People.
But also, but let's not pretend that black people, okay, in black families, if they don't like the girl, they don't accept her. And it's not necessarily racially motivated, but they don't have to accept. So that's technically a fight.
And guess what those black men do? They choose their woman over their family.
Shit, they leave her ass high and dry, and they move on to the next bitch, the one that the family like and shit like that. And then when he break up with her, when he break up with her, then get mad with the family when the family invites the girl that they like, and he can't bring his new girl over there.
I mean, listen, and then don't forget the fact that how black.
No, you did just say that.
That's true. That happens.
No,
Let's
look.
talk about black
Personal
mothers. Hold
experience.
up.
We don't
Black
want to bring
mothers
up
teach
personal experience.
their
The
sons
lady who
that
I
they don't have to
married,
marry
my
the women
sister
that
and
they
my
have
mama
babies
didn't
with.
like her.
That's true. That's true.
Black mothers teach their sons. You don't have to marry the girl that you get pregnant. When you have a 17-year-old, 18-year-old son just went to college, his life going in a good path. Oh, you don't have to marry her. A lot of listen, when you talk
That's
about
bullshit.
household,
You know how many people in school in the situation of
what?
get pregnant? Marriage is
Oh,
next.
baby.
Marriage is
Okay.
next. That was an automatic thing. That just
It's not
that gets preached
anymore.
in the Bible.
It ain't
Mama couldn't
anymore.
even
It ain't
stop that
anymore.
herself.
Nah.
Straight and foremost, the first thing that gets preached in the black household, if you grew up in a traditional black household, is, oh, you got a pregnant, you gonna marry her, right?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
why a
in
lot of people were
Oh,
married,
no, no,
1961.
no, no.
and
Not in. I
1961.
don't
boys went
think
off and
No.
married
anymore.
other people
I
that
They
think
don't
that.
do it
I think
anymore.
that
They
at one
don't do it.
point, Mac, yes, but not anymore.
Now they
Like
don't.
the
They
game has
literally teach
changed.
them boys.
listen.
Listen.
But like I said, personal perspective, I married somebody my sister and my mama didn't like. It went straight against the grain. My sister and my mama didn't like her. So here's your personal perspective for this situation. So I call
Let's
bullshit.
go. So
So
your
that's me
personal.
calling
All right,
bullshit.
let's put the personal perspective out there. At the end of the day, me and this girl became so close. Okay, let's not leave out all the details, nigga.
We
Don't tell
came.
one.
No,
No,
no, no, no.
time
It's
out.
not
Don't just tell
comparing.
one side of the
Say
story, nigga.
everything.
Tell
Say all of
everything.
it.
Me
The
and this
point,
girl got to be.
the,
No,
the,
let's
the,
go back.
the
Time
point of
out.
the
Me and
situation
this girl got
was
to be so cool that we were always see together. We really had developed a friendship, like we really were sisters.
had to is what I'm saying.
No, I didn't
The
say
point.
have to
No,
because I didn't have to be your friend.
listen. The point that we were combating is black men will
Okay.
not go against their family and date the woman that they don't like. I personally did that. You develop a relationship after I personally did that. That's what I'm saying. So
That is
that's irrelevant
one
to the
part of
point.
it.
A black man went against his family. Point proven.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You still are not seeing what we're saying
Not the
about it.
gang members, man.
You're still not seeing the part that we're saying, but
And that's
here's the thing: when you say y'all and you are referencing us like as black women, just like we have to take into account your perspective as a black man, and that's the part that I'm trying to separate for you because I am not challenging your idea of whatever it is about the relationship. I'm saying to you that our support as black women is not because she has married a white man.
I don't think
Drop the
that's
mic on
all
now.
y'all
Look,
support.
watch.
Listen. Cause
I don't think that's
listen.
all y'all support.
Truth be told, sister don't even
She don't even
identify that much as
she
black.
don't.
Let's do
And
that
it
much.
wasn't until
Let's
she
go
got
there.
and it wasn't
Let's go
until she
there.
married him and started to experience all that backlash. And she actually said, I
She
never
saw the
had to
documentary.
live, I
She
never
saw
had
the
to live like a
like
black
a
person
black
before.
woman.
So all of
Exactly.
that shit was new. So that's the only reason why I was explaining that part to you, not taking away
Hold
your
on, wait.
perspective.
I miss everything Lean said because you talked over.
Go ahead, say
Say,
it
look
again.
at,
Hey,
I love
that
y'all to death, but I gotta go. You not
Hopefully,
leave now. My phone about to
but
die
say what you
right
said,
now.
Lean.
Boy, your ass
Man,
came late.
It don't
I
matter. We
mean,
about
but
to
hey,
start.
I've been here for
We
a whole hour
about to
now.
start popping these
No,
heads.
you did not. No, it was more like
I've been,
45 minutes. It was 45 minutes though.
I know, but if all right, I ain't really got too long on my phone anyway.
All right, go get a charger. Come on, we don't have too much longer. We about to roll out anyway. But you wanted to close out something, Meg. I had something else I wanted to show y'all.
Oh,
I know.
look,
I wasn't. Give me a minute.
it sounds like all of us got people waiting on us at parties. I really did want to hear what Lean said because I didn't hear it.
Go ahead.
no. All we said was that she doesn't even identify 100% as a black woman because
Hmm.
she feel like she never had to, like she never had her
And that's what
ethnicity
y'all support?
questioned.
Yeah, she said that in the
You heard? She
documentary.
said out her mouth. Yeah, she
No,
Yeah.
said
no,
that out her
I
mouth.
say,
She's
and
like
that's
she
what y'all
never.
supporting. That's what I'm saying.
No, what we're saying is that it's not the fact that she is a black. What we saying is that it's the mayhem that she caused. Like her blackness caused so much. Like, oh, y'all mad.
Such an uproar,
Okay, you know, the uproar. Like, okay, they mad because which all these reporters, all these people like lost their job and everything behind because the comments that they were making, they were getting so comfortable and so. Oh, black, she don't deserve to be with, like, why? It was that stuff that we were supporting. Like, okay, girl, go ahead and be with him and do all this. Go ahead, because others was upset about it. It wasn't, and we're saying that it's not because it's a black woman.
Yeah.
We're just saying that she doesn't even really identify as a black. Well, she said she never had to ever.
Before this,
before this,
but the
because
support,
she's biracial.
That's right. But when the support came outright. So when the support came out, we were the ones that were rallying with her, black women. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I do like about her is that even in the middle of the controversy and stuff like that, even with her saying that she never had to live necessarily as a black woman, is that she has always gave reference to her mom. Always. Like, she never like hid her mom from people or anything like that. Like, even as an actress. Like, I used to watch Suits all the time. Like,
why are we applauding her for doing something that she's supposed to do? Why would she hide her mom?
Man, I don't know. This is in reference to her
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let me explain.
The only thing I'm saying is I can't say anybody else couldn't say for that matter. Like it couldn't be. Well, I supported my children all their life and made sure they get. And it was like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Dude, that's your fucking children. Like, why wouldn't you not support your children?
Right. So again, what I'm saying. No, stop trying to make more out of it than what it really is. I'm just saying that.
I'm not trying to make.
I think you are. Just okay. I'm trying to answer you. I'm trying to answer you.
That's what I asked. Why
I'm trying to answer you.
Praise for supporting the mom, or not hiding her mom. Why is there extra praise for that?
I can say it now.
I was trying to think about that movie. With that actress, she was denying she was black until her mom.
Oh, that was that old movie. Not The Simple Things. It's something. Yeah, her mom was black and she was really fair skinned. It's the Facts of Life. No, not The Facts of Life. What am I talking about? I know what you're talking about. And then when her mom died, like she was really upset and stuff like that. But for the longest, like when the mom would come to school for her, she would be embarrassed and all of that stuff like that.
Yeah, like that's when my mom, you lying. Dang.
So
Imitation of Life.
Imitation of Life. I knew it was something with life. Okay. So I had one last thing to show y'all. All right. About how trends have taken us over. Okay. Trends. And then I'm gonna let you guys go with this one. But in 2022, trends, started with dancing. It transitioned to other things, but I have a trend that's popping off right now on social media, and I want you guys to take a look at it and tell me what you guys think about what this person is doing and whether or not you would try it. Or
oh Lord,
on her onions plus salt, and let's give it a try. So you guys, I don't know how this is gonna taste like. I love onion, but like I like my onion cooked, so ten out of 10. This is good.
Randy Jackson.
Okay, so you guys know I love onions.
Yo, people will do anything for these trends. So basically, she is squeezing a lemon on an onion and putting salt and pepper on it and eating it like it's an apple.
Clickbait.
Look, I love me some raw.
You're right,
onions,
man.
but I am not. There's no way.
Listen,
Like,
I've learned so much this year about paying attention to shit like that and clickbait, and it's not even those type of videos. It's the ones where you see people putting food in the toilet or mixing up food together and all that shit. They doing that shit just to aggravate the shit out of you, because then you show it to somebody, then they get them to watch, and you literally picture it, and those views are like million plus or
That's right.
whatever like that. The shit just clickbait. I'm not falling for the clickbait shit. You know, I like my onions smothered. You know,
caramelized.
Look, give me a good cucumber onion salad, tomato salad. I'd take it, but I'm not about to just eat no onion like that.
Listen, if we're gonna go to Subway, I'll take a little purple onion on, on
okay.
my salad, like that. But
okay.
But
yeah, that sounds good.
I'm not biting into no fucking onion.
No.
No.
She can't have no man, because I'm telling you that
ooh, that bread.
Petunia.
Ooh, you're right.
First of all, let's not even say that. You talking about the petunia part? Yeah. So
because it smells like whatever you ate.
You mentioned the bread. Like, let's talk about in relationships. You deal with some hot ass bread. That is what you're gonna deal with some bread. Like it is. What it is.
That's a story for another day.
The
fact that he's calling it Brett and not breath, like it sounds.
Listen, I'm telling y'all, I am smell sensitive.
Ooh.
You're gonna deal with some bread. You're gonna deal with some bread, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Just so you know. You're gonna deal with the breath.
Yeah.
All right, so we missed the countdown, y'all, but I want y'all to tell everybody Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
We love y'all. We hope that you guys had a great time on tonight.
Get your Uber, whatever the case may be, so on and so forth. Happy New Year.
Be safe.
Happy New Year. Make sure you guys ring in the new year safe and sound. We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Everything got a little tense and a little heated, but that's how it goes in a conversation when the conversation gets good. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you guys next year on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Join us while we are live to have your comment featured while we are live. Until next time, I'm your girl Dom. Thank you for joining the Queen Talk podcast for New Year's Eve. Happy 2023.